Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today. Walking through downtown Seal Beach. It's beautiful. Back from Vegas. Had a great trip, but there is so much to cover in the economy. And you know what I also want to cover is who's got your back right now? Who do you have in your life that you can count on right now? And this is really important right now because you know when marriages fail, when people die, when people split up, when people have fights with their kids and people take off or whatever happens, who is there for you? Okay? I'm going to cover that. Please don't forget to the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I will talk about them a little later. But one thing I always look at is, with my own life and with my friends' lives and just people around me that I'm close to, what happens when something goes bad? Who do you count on? Who can you count on? One thing that's happening with the death of my girlfriend is I'm learning that some people that you think are really close just are not. Not good people, not trustworthy, not reliable in any way, shape, or form. And the one thing I always tell people is, who are you? How are you? And are you the reliable person? Are you the one that they can count on? It's very important. It's very important that you take care of, you know, your own health, your own business health. And so many people out there and talk a great game. Oh, I'm there for you. I'm going to be there. And then when you need them, they're just not. And they have their hands out. They want things. But when it comes to doing for you, remember, you can only count on yourself. That's where you got to deal with that. That's most important right now. You know, I'm going to be fine through this, but you really do have to rely on yourself and not anybody else. And I'm telling you, you really do learn a lot when someone passes away, as far as who's there to help and who is really in your life. So much to cover with business right now, and that Lennar Homes. Um, one thing that we saw with 2020 and 2021 was so many people go out and make the big decision to buy a new home. And Lennar, being one of the largest home builders, people made the decision to go to Lennar. And there are so many people that are having nothing but problems because of the quality and the shoddy workmanship. There's a great article out of Phoenix talking about this. And it's amazing to think about that these people spent all this money on these houses and they've had Lennar out to fix the houses 6, 7, 8, 10 times to get the houses fixed, and they're still not done. Have you guys ever had that problem? You ever bought a house and just had repeated repairs? I bought a house in the 80s that, God, I just could not get certain things to work, certain faucets, creaks in the floor, things that just were maddening with buying a new house. And just wild to get them out there. And finally, complain, lawyer letter, and guess what? They fixed everything in a day, literally. But it took, literally, I think probably 8 times to get them out to have them fix that. So have you ever had that? In the UK, there are real problems with the economy, just like we're having here. And the one thing that's maddening, that's unbelievable, is small business sentiment that we have here. They interviewed all these people in the UK that own businesses to sit there and say, are you happy? Are you unhappy? And it's at the lowest level it's ever been. So small business owners in the UK, whether they do service work, they own retail shops, they're online sellers, it doesn't make a better difference. They're business professionals, professional services, lawyers, plumbers, everybody. Most people think that we're falling off a cliff. Now, how about this? The UK auto production is the lowest it's been in 56 years. They only completed 775,000 cars. Okay? Nuts, guys. That is the lowest level in 56 years. So feel good about, the auto industry here compared to there, because it's an absolute disaster. So great story below about charging your electric car. And driving 100 miles with an EV car is more expensive than driving a regular car, is what they say. So, man, you just talking about great content. BuzzFeed, the news site, they just reported that they're laying off tons of reporters and people that gather the news, which I think I gather the news, so I can't imagine these people getting paid too much. But what's interesting about this is there was an internal memo from BuzzFeed and they released it. So they're firing all these people, which is funny to me because what a great way to find out is on a leaky news site, kind of like BuzzFeed. So IBM, they just announced that they're laying off 3,900 more people. So they're going to be working with the BuzzFeed people soon. I am not making light of this, but if you guys don't think that things are heading in a negative direction right now, you will never think that. If you think that the economy is doing good somehow, it's crazy. This is the downtown area by the pier. It's really nice. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, we've seen challenging things with the stock market over the course of the last year, and the instability is only getting worse. And you need to do something to get a hedge. You need to look at safe haven assets like gold. And you need to contact Patriot Gold Group to get yourself some information on an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals. You need to call 888-330-1431 today and find out about the 401k and IRA that they offer. They're the best in class service. They're the #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 6 years in a row. It's absolutely no obligation to find out, but do yourself a favor. Look at what central banks are doing. Look at what countries are doing, and they are buying physical gold right now. It's time to look at this. Safe haven investments are the only way to go. Look at what billionaires are doing. Look at what Robert Kiyosaki is doing, Steve Forbes, and other experts. They say you need to be into gold right now. Do it before it's too late. Call 888-330-1431. Let them know that I allegedly sent you, and you can have a free investor guide from Patriot Gold Group. Do it today before it's too late. Another day, and there's more banking news. Think about this. PNC Bank in Baltimore County in Maryland, they're done. More branches closing, which is awful. Once this happens, guys, it affects the lowest income earners. It affects the elderly. It is absolutely horrible. Chase Bank just announced that they're closing hundreds of more ATMs around the country and not having branches to replace them. I'm telling you guys, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to see a world where we don't have physical branches anymore. It's all going to be online. And oh, you need cash. Yeah, well, you're not going to be able to get cash. You need a cashier's check? Why? Just use the digital card that we sent you. That's what you're going to see more and more of. And it's getting worse and worse and worse right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff. How beautiful that is out there. It's just nice. Nice place. So let me know if you're seeing this. I love these stories that you send me with the individual banks and the individual branches that are going down, because we need to see more and more of this right now. Elon Musk is saying that there's two powerful firms that are controlling the entire stock market, and that they can make stocks go up, make stocks go down. Read the article. I won't bore you with the details of it. I think that Mr. Musk has benefited substantially from the run-up of his stock in the past, and now that it's going in the wrong direction that he's not happy with, he thinks the fix is in, when he just sold, what, $200 billion of the stock or whatever, billions of dollars of the stock. It's crazy. Don sent me a great story about Stellantis, the car company that just recalled 27,000 cars that are hybrid plug-ins that they're having difficulty with. So does anybody own a Stellantis plug-in hybrid that you're having issues with? Because that's fascinating. What could be the coolest car on the planet Earth is there are now armored cars that you can buy, Hummers, that have electrified door handles, so that when you get in the car, if somebody came up to you to accost you, you have bulletproof glass, you have door handles that would shock them. And I mean, this is straight out of James Bond, guys. That could pepper spray people too, which would just be fun to drive through a crowd. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm in the pepper spraying kind of mood right now. You know what I mean? So share your thoughts on that. Would you drive a car like that? Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay. Here in California, they just passed a law that went into effect January 1st that they cannot cite people for jaywalking. Okay. You know what's happened in some of the tougher cities is that you're seeing more and more people, street crime is going up. Huh. Imagine that. So I always get a kick out of the ridiculous laws that they pass and how they affect all of us. Look at that, guys. That's just beautiful. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Just a quick video today to end the week, and let me know what you're thinking about all this stuff. One thing I get a kick out of is the degenerate gamblers when it comes to football and how they just bet all the time. I mean, you could literally now bet on each play with some of these sites. And they basically say that gambling is around the country right now, especially sports betting. And just having a trip to Vegas, it was great to talk to some of the sports books and things like that and saying, you know, what's going on, you know, what are people betting on? And, you know, there's 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs, and it just gets feverish. People want to bet on football. They want to bet on this stuff just for the thrill of it. I mean, these people have no money. Some are borrowing the money to do this. So I get a kick out of that when people do it. The FTX trustee, or the new CEO of FTX, wants to interview Scam Bankman-Fried's parents, wants to find out how they got their wealth. And they're lawyers, so they're going to clam up. They're going to you know, claim that they're Sam's lawyers too, and that there's attorney-client privilege. But where did these people get all this money from? All these vacation homes, all this extra money. They're professors. And I'm going to have people write me and say, professors make $200,000 a year, Dan. That's great. You don't get to have tens of millions of dollars worth of real estate without there being issues and money and payments and things like that. So this is fascinating, to say the least. Another story about the UK. Banks are closing at a record pace in the UK. You're seeing more and more bank closures like you're seeing here. But they're telling people, and there's a great story below talking about, hey, go look at the central bank digital dollar, the digital pound, and you're going to be able to have this issued soon where you're going to be able to have money on your phone. So if you don't think that this is going to happen, this is going to happen, but this is not going to be the end all be all that's going to make everybody's life happy having these things. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Anybody else hear anything? You let me know if you do, because I'm here to share it. So typical car insurance premium now, £629 a year in the UK. What do you guys think it is here? What do you think it costs to have auto insurance here? Is it going up? Is it going down? Homeowners insurance is going up to the highest level it's ever been, guys. We're seeing things we've never seen before. So share your thoughts on that. You know, gross domestic product was up. High level, beat numbers that they thought it wouldn't beat. Everything's great, guys. Everybody's laying everybody off right now. Retail's in a complete shambles. Going to Vegas and talking to all the merchants and having them say, things are back, things are open, things are getting normal, but nobody's buying anything. People are not spending the money that they used to spend. They're going out and socializing and doing certain things, drinking, okay, they're doing that, but they're not spending the money at the restaurants like they used to, which is a sign. Hilton Company steps forward and says, we've got a pain point for the summer. Pain point. Well, the Hilton Company is saying that you're going to see hotel prices shoot up between now and vacation season. That would be bad if there would be a vacation season this year. I think you're going to see people not go out and not travel this year because of this. They're not leaving the house. Next big holiday is what? Easter, okay? So it'll be interesting to see if spring break and Easter week, if that works out and you see a lot of people traveling during this time, because I just don't think it's going to happen right now. So share your thoughts on what you guys are seeing. Such a long pier, guys. This one's really, really long. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, guys. Let me know what you think about this. I love contradictory stories. And I love where you go to the same site and you get two different news stories for the same thing. First thing is housing inventory has just hit under 1 million homes again. So that means that there's demand. People are buying houses right now, supposedly. But you get the same story where housing sales and housing prices have dropped to their lowest level since 2021. So, okay, does that mean it's down or it's up? There's no inventory, it's good, it's bad. Should you buy a house right now? I don't think you should buy anything right now, if it were me. But you go to the home buying apps, okay, and you look at those apps, and the sales for the first 3 weeks of the month are up. Feverish pitch for people buying things through the home buying apps. I met a woman today who sold her house on Zillow in Orange County, Cypress, California. They approached her, hey, have you ever thought about selling your house? We'll buy your house. Sold it last year for $800,000. Literally the top of the market. Literally the best price that anybody's gotten on her street was paid for by Zillow. Zillow, guys, right before they stopped buying houses. She then went to Austin, Texas, and spent $400,000 and bought a house free and clear. And wow, okay? So it does happen out there, guys. There's those apps that buy houses and do things like that. They're out there, but you won't see that anytime soon. Okay, here's another thing that I keep getting, stories written to me about. Brian has a $250,000 mortgage. Brian has an interest rate that's under 3%. Dan, what should I do? Should I sell it? Should I keep it? Keep the house. You're never going to get that loan again. And once again, guys, don't think you have to sell your house. Don't take the advice that I'm not giving you, which is to get out. If you can afford it and if it's comfortable for you, just don't be a debt hound. Don't go out and borrow another 80 grand against the house. Don't use the house as an ATM. Keep your low payment. You'll never see these interest rates again in our lifetimes. Yo, Dan, they're going to come back. They're going to drop again. They're going to have to. No, guys, I don't believe that. I believe that you're going to see higher interest rates in the future for a very long period of time. So, just do your own due diligence on your life. Okay, we're talking about this in the beginning of the video about who you can count on. Look at yourself. Here's the thing that I love about finances, because when you talk to people, I have a really good friend who says, I'm not familiar with that. Tell me more. Explain it to me. So then he'll go out and research it, and then he'll come back to the conversation later once he's researched it. Very few people do that. Most people lie to you and tell you, oh, I got everything done, I got everything handled. And like the woman today whose father just passed away, and she was telling me the horror stories that she has to deal with her situation, it's a mess. And people don't want to admit that they may not know something about finances. Learn stuff. This is fascinating stuff that you can learn. And guess what? It's all free. Then you can go out and then you can talk to a professional and decide what the right thing to do is. Get your own financial advisor if you have a dollar to invest any place, and get the advice from somebody that knows what they're doing, who has seen an economic downturn, who has seen the downfall. That's what you need. Somebody who's got a little gray hair before you do anything, okay? So too many people just want to be the cool guy and know everything, and they don't, okay? So share your thoughts on that stuff so far, guys. Do you know who Colin Weir is? Colin Weir is a legend. Colin Weir won $50 million in the lottery, the Scottish lottery, and spent it all. 8 years, right before his death. The guy squandered $50 million over 8 years. Bought a soccer team, cars, travel, houses. I mean, it just really went to town, guys. Really went to town. And they're writing this in the New York Post, like, this is bad. This is terrible that he did this. Think of the good he could have done. He had good. He really did a lot of good. Good for himself. Another bankruptcy, Party City. The CEO of the company, He's blaming hedge funds that bought the company because they raised prices. That's why Party City filed bankruptcy. Now, does anybody believe that? Okay. No, nobody believes it. Does anybody believe that Colin Weir, I mean, $50 million, guys. I love these lottery stories where these people get this money and it is just gone. It's gone. There's nothing left. And again, I've told this story before. My brother, when the lottery first came out, said that if I win, I'm going to take at the time it was 26 payments. I'm going to take the 26 payments and I'm going to need to have cab fare to go pick up my second check because I'm going to squander it and have the party of my life. So that's how some people would live it. What would you do? Okay. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys. And by the way, Party City, do you think that anybody goes to Party City and you're blaming the hedge fund that bought the place, that had those huge loans? You're going to blame them for the downfall of this stuff? Man, what happened to accountability with these business owners? Seriously, absolutely outrageous, guys. So share your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. Just a few more things to finish this video. One thing I got a kick out of talking to people in Vegas was hey, where are you guys from? And, oh, we're in Michigan. Hey, what's the energy prices there? Sky high. New York City, Wisconsin, Atlanta, Georgia, everywhere, Florida, every place, everything's shooting up. This is horrific that people have to pay more to heat and cool their homes and to turn the lights on. It's absolutely outrageous. So share your thoughts on that. Bed Bath & Beyond, they're done, guys. They're going to go out of business. Their stock, they announced that they're defaulting on loans right now. Okay, I hate to be one of their creditors because you're going to get nothing. You're going to get a song. So Bed Bath & Beyond is their stock was halted earlier today, trading a couple times because of the plunge that they said, and this is going to be the end of everything right now. So please take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. Don't forget the email list. We've got one coming out very soon. And I will see you guys very soon. I just wanted to get you guys a quick video and have you see this beautiful location. Okay. Reach out anytime. Hello at iAllegedly, guys, if you have anything good. When you email me, guys, also send a little tidbit. Don't just send a video link. Tell me what it's about so we can get to the bottom of it. Okay. I'll see you guys soon.